channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. If you want up to 30 free stocks, Moomoo is going to give you up to 30 free stocks when you open a new Moomoo brokerage account. You put $100 in that new brokerage account, they're going to give you 5 free stocks. You put $2,000 in your new Moomoo brokerage account, they're going to give you 30 free stocks. Limited time offer. Don't delay. Act today. Get yourself down in that description box. Click on that first link, which is the Moomoo link. Open up that Moomoo account, guys. Go get the free stock. Go get the free money. I will also send you a couple of Moomoo tutorial videos to walk you through how to use the Moomoo brokerage app so that you can start building wealth instantly. All you got to do is send me an email through my website, www.richardfain.net. Second link down in the description box. Let me know you've opened the Moomoo account. Let me know you funded the Moomoo account. And I'm going to send you out those tutorial videos. Now, a couple other things that the Moomoo brokerage app does very well that I like, a couple of features. Number one is automatic investing. For some of you new folks who are just starting to take money that you earn and starting to invest it, you can set it up automatically. That way you don't have to worry about doing it manually every single month. See, that's what I do. I do mine automatically every single month. Dollar cost average, boom, I ain't got to worry about it. All I got to do is make sure I got money in my brokerage account. So I like that feature, that automatic investing. I also like the feature where I can do fractional share trading. Let's say I want to buy a share of Apple and it's trading at $250 a share, but I only got $150. I want to still be able to buy Apple. So using fractional share trading, I can take my $150 and buy a fractional share of a whole share of Apple. And then I just keep doing that until I get a whole share of Apple. That's another nice feature on the Moomoo brokerage app. So guys, do yourself a favor, man. Get down in the description box, click on the Moomoo link. Open up the Moomoo account. Go get yourself up to 30 free stocks. Limited time offer. Don't delay. Act today. Get down in the description box. First link. Well, guys, stock market, we having a little bit of a bounce today. And I've been getting a lot of emails and questions from you guys of, Richard, why is the stock market bouncing today? And all week long, it's been in sell-off mode. What's going on? Well, one of the things that's going on that's got the market excited today is that the federal government ain't shutting down. Remember, the federal government tonight, I'm talking about Friday, March 14th at midnight, was due to shut down unless both the Democrats and the Republicans came together with a plan to fund the government. And it looks as though Senator Chuck Schumer, who is the head of the Democratic Party in the Senate, decided to walk across the aisle and join the Republicans to approve this continuing resolution, this CR, to fund the government. That's not popular on the Democratic side. That's not popular. But Chuck Schumer said he did it because he wanted to make sure the American people were not affected by this government shutdown. And obviously, the Republicans and Doge wouldn't be able to continue to fire people from Social Security, et cetera, et cetera. Now, whether you believe all that or not, I don't know, guys. I'm just telling you what's been on the news. I ain't got a dog in the fight. I'm just telling you that's the reason why the market is bouncing today, is because that's good news. I keep telling y'all, in this volatile stock market we have, when we get bad news, it's bad and the market sells off deep. But when we get good news, like we did today, about no government shutdown, the market does what? On good news, a little bit of a rally. That's what you're seeing today. Will it last? Absolutely not. It won't last. I hate to bust your bubble, but it won't last. Enjoy today And if you're making moves and you've made moves all week where you were buying the dip, right now you should be up. You should be experiencing an increase in wealth today if you bought the dip Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? If you bought the dip those first 3 days of the week, you are up right now. I had one of my guys in the Wealth Builders said that he got into D-Wave, right, which is a stock, and D-Wave took off today. That's a quantum stock, right? A quantum computing stock. It took off, and he made him about $6,500 in FCF, free cash flow. But he was in position. See, he got in position earlier in the week, and then once we got that good news, there's your profit. And this is the way you guys got to think about the market in this particular volatile times. You got to get in position on the dip. Now, this is if you're creating FCF, free cash flow, short-term investment strategy that I use. I do this every single day the market is open. But here's what you got to start thinking about if you're going to do short-term investing, right? You got to think about putting yourself in position. When do I put myself in position? I put myself in position on the dip. See, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you should have been putting yourself in position for the good news. At some point, we get good news. And that's where you make your money in short-term investing in this environment that we're in. See, this is how you do it. You wait. A guy like me, I'll wait. Next week, we're going to get some bad news. We know 47 going to come out with something about the tariffs or something about the economy or something will be bad news. It's going to drive prices down on stocks. And that's when I'll buy. And then I'll just wait for good news. I'll buy on the dip and then I will sell on the rally. I buy on the dip for short-term investing. I'm a buy on the dip. I sell on the rally. Now, today is not a buy day for me because everything's rallying. And I know by Monday, all of that rally will be wiped away. At some point, Monday, Tuesday, we'll get bad news. And all of that will be wiped away. We'll be right back down in the dip again. And that's when I will buy for my short-term investment strategy. Now, my long-term investment strategy, I just dollar cost average in no matter what the market does. But for the short-term strategy, I don't dollar cost average in. I wait for the dip. When the dip returns next week, that's when I'll buy. And then I'm going to patiently wait for the next piece of good news, which will rally the market. And that's where I make my FCF, right? So that's what you see happening right now. Here's the headline. Real quick. Dow bounces 500 points, but still heads for the worst week in 2 years. Even though the Dow is rallying today, guys, doesn't matter. It's still going to have the worst week it's had over the last 2 years. See, that's how bad it gets when bad news comes in. Tariff war. See, that tariff thing, it ain't going away yet. They may not be talking about it today because the government won't be shut down. So that is the headline. The headline today is, government avoids a shutdown. Hooray, hooray, hurrah. Everybody happy. So you see the market reacting on good news. Now on Monday or on Sunday, what will happen? Somebody gonna come out and say something about the tariff war, or somebody gonna say something about, oh yeah, we're gonna go through a period of correction in our economy. Some bad news is gonna come out Sunday or Monday, and then guess what's gonna happen? The market is gonna sell off again because investors are gonna leave. Right now, investors are back in. You look at tech today. Look at what tech is doing today. Let's go look and see what the NASDAQ is doing today, because tech is bouncing. Your quantum stocks, man, Rigidity, quantum computing, D-Wave, all of them are just IonQ. All of your quantum computing stocks are just skyrocketing today. But you know it's feast or famine, guys, with these quantum computing stocks. It's feast or famine. One day it's a famine. I'm talking about a bad famine. I'm talking about real bad. And then before you know it, it's a feast. Look at Rigidity. It's over $10 a share, I think. And last time I looked at Rigidity, it was over $10 a share. But let's take a look at it real quick. But this is the thing. Let's start with, here's Rigidity. Rigidity, $10.47, guys. Ticker symbol RGTI. $10.47. On Monday, what was it trading at? Down in the 8s, right? You go look at quantum computing. Let's take a look at quantum computing. I believe that's QUBT, if I'm not mistaken. Earlier in the week, Monday, Tuesday, quantum computing was in the 4s. Today, it's almost at $7 a share, $6.84. That's quantum computing. Crazy stuff, man. But this is what happens, right? So you got to pick your spots. You got to understand bad news is coming and you wait for it because it's coming. That's where we're at right now in the cycle, right? We're in a bad news cycle because of the tariff wars, because of all this other stuff. So what happens is you get these quantum computing stocks, they're up today, but tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, they won't be in this position. So while you're profitable, if you're in the short-term strategy now, not long-term investing, I'm talking about short-term investing. If you're in the short-term investing strategy, don't overstay your welcome. That's what I tell my folks on my Wealth Builders financial community. I said, listen, guys, if you're going to do this short-term investing thing, don't overstay your welcome. Get your entry, get your exit. Don't get greedy, because just as fast as these things go up, guess what? They're going to come down 3 times faster. This is how it works. I'm telling you now. So enjoy today. But unfortunately, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Next week, we'll have some bad news. We'll be in a bad news cycle, Monday, Tuesday, something like that. And these are going to come down. These quantum stocks will not stay where they're at, guys. So please be careful if you're in these quantum stocks short term. Now, if you're in them long term, no big deal, right? Because you're in them long term. So you expect fluctuations because you're in them long term. You believe they're going to be big boy companies. You believe there'll be 100 bagger, right? You're looking for 100 bagger, so you're willing to wait 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years for 100 bagger. But if you're not, if you're looking for a short-term FCF, don't stay in these things too long, guys. Don't overstay your welcome in these little quantum stocks. Look at NVIDIA. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. That's right. Today I'm pronouncing it properly. Tomorrow I'll go back to NVIDIA. But today, NVIDIA. Because I know that triggers some of y'all. But let's go to NVIDIA. $121.18 a share. On Monday, what was it trading at, guys, on Monday? What was it trading at on Monday, March 10th? Somebody go look at it. I'm going to go look at it. Just bear with me. Let me go into Yahoo. Let me go into Yahoo Finance, and let's look at NVIDIA and see what it was trading at on Monday. Y'all tell me, what has happened with NVIDIA's company that the share price is starting to go up like this? What's happened? What's happened? Somebody tell me while I'm looking this up. Here we go. Here we go. Here is the open on Monday for NVIDIA. The open price, when the market opened on March 10th, Monday, it was 109.90. That's what it opened at, guys. Guess what the low was on Monday? 105.46 a share. $105.46 a share was the low on Monday, March 10th for NVIDIA. And today it's trading at $121, almost $122 a share. What changed between Monday and Friday? What changed? The news cycle changed. That's the only thing changed. And that means what? AKA market behavior. See, on Monday, market behavior, market sentiment was bad. Boo, boo, bad news. Why? Tariffs. Economy is going to go through a period of transition and all this other crap, right? That was the headline on Monday morning. So a company like NVIDIA, whose stock price is manipulated by the news cycle, was down. Today, NVIDIA's stock, I said NVIDIA, I'm sorry. NVIDIA stock price was manipulated by what? Good news. So when good news comes, NVIDIA's stock price goes up. Bad news comes, the stock price goes down. It has nothing to do with the company. So when you guys are out here looking for stocks for short term, you need to find companies that are great companies, but stock price will go up or down with what? The news headline. If it's a good news headline, hooray, government won't shut down. Chuck Schumer defects and goes over to the Republicans and agrees with, that kind of crap. That's good news, right? No government shutdown. So what do stocks do? Off of market behavior, they go up. Monday, oh my goodness, we're going to do 300% tariffs on Canada. We're going to do 450% tariffs on Mexico. Boo! Stocks go down. So that's what you got to look out for, guys, when you're thinking about short-term investing. You got to think about these companies, and you got to understand that they are affected in this volatile situation we're in right now. They're affected by the news cycle. That's the reason why you see everything under the sun. Any company that has a pulse is doing good today. Why? News cycle is good. Mainstream media, who's controlled by the 1%, are doing what? They're pumping in what? Good news. Why are they pumping in good news? Because the people who own those networks and the 1% bought at the dip on Monday and Tuesday. They bought big dips. And guess what they're getting ready to do now today? They're cashing in them dips. Just wait till the end of the day and see what starts to happen to some of these stocks when you get around 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. They're going to start selling off. They're going to start selling off about 3 o'clock today, Eastern time. That's when they're going to start selling off, because right now they're running up. Running up right now. But I can't guarantee you, but my opinion is by this afternoon, they'll start selling off around 3 o'clock. They'll start selling off. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be an all-out crash. What I'm telling you is people are going to take profits before the end of the day. So if you're in these companies short term, you may want to consider taking profits too before the end of the day. I'm just telling you, think about what your strategy is. If you're long term, man, I'm no big deal, because you expect fluctuations, right? Because you're long term. But if you're short term and you're just trying to make you some FCF, don't overstay your welcome, because I believe by 3 p.m. Eastern time, you're going to start seeing these things starting to nosedive, because people will be taking profits. Normally the 1%, hedge funds, institutional investors, they'll be taking profits. So just be careful, because remember, they loaded up on Monday and Tuesday when this thing was in the dungeon. See, they loaded up on Monday and Tuesday when bad news was the whole atmosphere. Nothing could go up on Monday and Tuesday. Nothing. Everything crashed. Again, NVIDIA was down to 105 a share on Monday, guys. Same company, nothing changed but the news cycle. So just be careful with that, right? Be careful with these quantum computing stocks. They're rallying today. They're doing great today, but I'm telling you, on Monday and Tuesday, they're going to be down in the cellar. So just be careful. Don't overstay your welcome in these quantum stocks. Please don't overstay your welcome if you're short term. If you're long term, like I said, it doesn't matter. You expect fluctuation. You're trying to get a 100-bagger, so you're in it for a while. Got me? Now, let's talk a little bit more quickly about what the market is saying about kind of what's happening. Sentiment on Wall Street got a boost Friday as it appeared a government shutdown would be avoided. Isn't that miraculous, guys? A government shutdown is avoided. Now, y'all already knew that was going to be avoided. At least you should have known, right? You should have known these people weren't going to let the government shut down, right? You should have known that. I knew that. But that's okay. It's good news. It's a reason for who? The 1% to get the rally that they need in order to get out of these stocks that they bought on Monday and Tuesday. See, y'all got to understand this whole thing, guys. The whole thing here is what? So that the 1% can get rich. I've always told y'all the stock market is about the 1% increasing their wealth. That doesn't mean, though, the 99%, if we know how to play the game, if we know the rules to the game, we can play the game effectively and win too. That's why I do this YouTube channel and give you my little opinion, is if you know the rules to the game, you can play and play it effectively and win too if you follow the 1%. So here's what happens. The 1%, they pump in artificial news through the news media that they own, right? This whole thing that, 47 had this interview at Fox on Sunday, I think it was Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening, Sunday morning, whatever it was, when he said that he believes that the economy is in a period of transition. But guess what the news media ran with? They didn't run with that. They ran with recession. He meant recession. There's a chance that there could be a recession. This is what 47 said. And what does that do on Monday morning? Forces a sell-off. Who benefits from the sell-off? In most cases, the 1% benefits from the sell-off, right? They benefit more than the 99% because most of the 99% don't invest. The 1% invest. So they benefited from Monday and Tuesday buying assets at a deep discount. Here we go now. They already knew that the government shutdown would take place on Friday, March 14th at midnight. So what do? They set up the perfect storm, right? They sell off at the beginning of the week. They force a sell off at the beginning of the week based on bad news. And of course, they're going to use 47 to perpetuate that bad news because they can. So they use 47, and then they take any little thing he says or anybody in his cabinet says, and they blow that thing up into bad news. Forces a sell-off on Monday and Tuesday, part of Wednesday, because they knew on Wednesday, on Thursday, we're going to start pumping in this good news about avoidance of a shutdown of the government. That's going to be good news. So they start pumping that in on Thursday. See, they started pumping that in on Thursday, right? And then boom, Friday shows up. That's the headline. Now the market does what? Goes up. It bounces, right? And who basically benefits from that? 1%, right? So if we not understand that right now, guys, the news cycle dictates what the stock market will do in this volatile environment we're in now. The news cycle dictates rally or dip. And if you know the rules around that, you can profit from it. You can win. But you got to be patient. You got to pay attention, and you got to let this thing play out, right? So sentiment on Wall Street got a boost on Friday as it appeared a government shutdown would be avoided. Senator and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer of New York said he wouldn't block a Republican government funding bill. However, data released on Friday from the University of Michigan confirmed that consumer confidence has suffered from the ongoing tariff-related uncertainty, worries that have driven the market down the last 3 weeks. Consumer sentiment dropped in March to 57.9, lower than the 63.2 economists polled by Dow Jones had expected. That's a mouthful right there. But what is that telling you? Next week, that's going to be the headline. And guess what that's going to do? Drive the market back down. This is going to be the headline on Monday. Consumer sentiment is at an all-time low. I'm just telling you guys how this game works now. Y'all got to pay attention because these people are going to pump this artificial news in to scare you, spook the market, get it down low. 1% come in and pick it up, and by the end of the week, you got good news again. And they're going to keep doing this every week until y'all figure it out. And I'm here to help you figure it out. They're going to do this every single week. Beginning of the week, first couple of days, bad news. By the end of the week, good news. Or vice versa. Either or, right? You just got to be patient and look for it and know what to look for. Just understand what to look for, right? Consumer sentiment came in worse. Inflation expectations are rising. The 10-year Treasury yield is rising. You would think that the market would be off. See what I'm saying? This is how they set this whole thing up on us. This is what they're telling you here. Consumer sentiment came in worse. That means people in America are not satisfied with what's going on. But when has that ever stopped the 1%? They don't care if y'all satisfied. The 1% don't care if y'all satisfied or what you think. They don't, guys. You feeling bad about the economy, you feeling bad about the stock market, you feeling bad about everything that's going on right now, but the stock market rallies. Anyways, what does that tell you? What does that tell you, guys? This is what they're trying to tell you here now. You're upset and not satisfied with what's going on, but it doesn't even matter. Because why? The 1% are going to know how to get this stock market going again. I'm just telling you what they're telling you here, guys. If you just put two and two together, put your logical thinking cap on, consumer sentiment came in worse. It came in at 57.9%, lower than the 63.2 economist poll by Dow. The experts thought it would come in at 63. It came in at 57. So Americans are not happy with what's going on based on this, but the 1% don't care. The market still rallies. I'm just telling you, man, you have to understand what's going on here. You would think that the market would be off. So a lot of folks are watching to see if this rally has any breath or legs. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is too easy for the 1% to manipulate with this tariff stuff, guys. It's too easy for hedge funds and institutional investors and billionaires and anybody else out there that know what they're doing. It's too easy for them to manipulate this situation with these tariffs and trick us. That's the whole game plan. They want to trick you and me. So just be careful out here, guys. AI, 4% drop on Thursday dragged the S&P 500 down 10.1% from its record close notched last month. You get to 6,147 points a month ago in the S&P. And now you're all the way down to, what are we down to now in the S&P today? We got a little bit of bounce, so it bounced back a little bit, but let's see where we're at today in the S&P. 5632. You go from 6,147 points. Matter of fact, yesterday or Wednesday, it was down in the 5,500 point range. We were in corrective territory yesterday. So we're slightly out of corrective territory now, but you're still only at 5,631 points. You're more than 500 points down on the S&P, right? So all I'm telling you here is be careful, guys. Be careful. Make sure you keep your P's and Q's up and at them, because I'm telling you, anything's possible, right? A 1.4% drop on Thursday dragged the S&P 500 down 10% from its record close notch last month, bringing it officially into a correction. This is defined as a decline of at least 10% from a recent high. The 30 stock Dow and NASDAQ slid 1.3% and 2% respectively in the session. With Thursday's decline, the NASDAQ fell further into corrective territory and now down more than 9% this year. The small cap focused Russell 2000 has dropped around 18% from its recent high, meaning it's closing in on a bear market or a drawdown of 20%. This thing is not over, guys. Enjoy today. Don't overstay your welcome. If you're in, short-term investments and you're just trying to make you some FCF, don't get greedy. Take your profits, bird in the hand, better than two in the bush. Take your profits because this won't last. Next week, we'll be back in a negative news cycle and stocks will sell off. And we're going to have to experience this for a while until we can conclude this tariff war. Either we put the tariffs in place and just leave them there and let's go on about our business, or we're going to keep with the shenanigans. I don't know. All of this stuff is driven by the tariffs, guys. Every piece of it. And I'm just my opinion. You may disagree. And that doesn't mean I'm not a proud American or I don't support our government. That doesn't mean that. I'm just telling you my opinion. I can disagree with folks, man, and not be, calling them all kind of names. See, I'm not that type of person. I live in America, and in this country, I can respectfully disagree with somebody in a respectful manner. And I disagree. I think what's causing this whole thing is tariffs or the fear of tariffs, right? So as soon as we can button that down and clean that up, the better things will be, right? But if we continue with this tariff talk, it will erode any growth opportunity we have in our economy. It will. Because people are scared. Not just you and me, but I'm talking about big companies are scared. Big companies are scared to deploy money into anything because they don't know what's going to happen. Investors, hedge funds, billionaires, institutional investors. In order for our stock market to get back where it was in 2023 and 2024, those people have to invest, guys. They have to, or our stock market won't get back to where it was in 23 and 24. We're going to have a down year in 25 if we can't get institutional investors to commit to investing again, long term. If we can't get them to do that, stock market is not going to do well this year. It's not based on the last 2 years. It won't do well. So the tariffs are the whole thing that's messing this whole thing up. And in my opinion, tariffs are not good for anybody. The only people get destroyed by tariffs, in my opinion, are common folk like you and me. Because I can tell you right now, the 1% are not going to bear the cost of these tariffs. You can believe whatever you want to believe. The 1% will not bear the cost of these tariffs. You and me are going to bear the cost of these tariffs. I saw something online yesterday where they're saying, oh, if you make under $150,000 a year, there's a proposal out there. You won't pay any taxes. Okay. FYI, for those of you guys that didn't know this, 75-80% of the taxes are paid by the top 10% wage earners. So most of the 99% don't pay that much taxes anyways. Okay, you give somebody making $150,000 or less a tax break. That doesn't affect tax collection because you ain't collecting that much from them anyways. See, this is where we got to start thinking and stop letting these people run around here. Oh my God, $150,000. I ain't got to never pay no more. You don't pay no taxes, that much taxes anyways. Go to the IRS or go online and do a breakdown. Ask ChatGPT to give you a breakdown of who paid the taxes in what categories here in the United States. And you'll see 90% of the taxes are paid by the upper 10%. 90%. So that means the 90% at the bottom of people pay 10% of the taxes. So that's a smoke screen to get you to agree with what they're trying to implement, which is basically tax breaks for the wealthy. But they want you to feel like you're getting something, but you don't really pay that much taxes anyways. Think about it. If you're making $150,000 a year and you claim head of household, you got a couple children running around, how much taxes are you paying? Not much. Not much. If you got head of household, you got a couple children, you got other little deductions like your interest on your mortgage or your property taxes you can take, you ain't paying that much in taxes, guys. So this whole 150 or less, oh, you may not have to pay no taxes. One, that'll never pass. That's just propaganda again to get you guys, oh, they're so great. Oh, yes, you got yes. But consumer sentiment says you guys are not happy with what's going on. So you got to figure out what you want to do, guys, and what you want to believe. But wealth is about what? having your logical thinking cap on and understanding what's happening to you. And then you use that to your advantage. See, I know exactly what's happening in this country. I love my country, and I'm a proud American, but I know what's happening. I know the 1% run this country, and I know the 1%, their whole outlook is to keep the 99% obedient and dependent on them. They don't want you guys to be independent, right? That's the whole point of the 1%. That's just the way it is. It's always been that way, though. This ain't just happened. It's been that way from the beginning of time. You go look at any civilization from the beginning of time. You go research any civilization. This was the structure. You had a very small amount of people at the top run the whole thing, and all the rest of us were peasants. Go look at the great Roman Empire. Go look at the Egyptian Empire. Go look at the Mayan Empire. Any empire you want to go look at, it's the same as this one. You got a few people at the top that get rich and live the fat life, and then you got everybody else down here that's broke and struggling. And here's the trick. The 1% want you to feel like you own everything, but in actuality, you own nothing. That's the whole game. So if you know the rules to the game, you can reverse it and build yourself some wealth. And that's what I try to do on this YouTube channel, is just give you my opinion, shed some light on what's going on. You believe whatever you want to believe. You do whatever you want to do. It's your life. My job here is to add a little value through experience. I've done this for 30 years, guys. I know what the stock market is capable of doing and what it will do. But anytime they can manipulate you with the news cycle to get rich, they're going to do it. This is what they've been doing to us, right? Since January 20th. Now, here we go. I'm out of here. You guys have a safe weekend. Enjoy the rest of the day. Be mindful of 3 p.m. Eastern time. I think that's when you'll start seeing the sell-off happen. Could be absolutely wrong, but I know they got to take profits at some point. They're going to take profits at some point. So some point today, there's going to be some profit taken. So just be careful. I'm just telling you. You ain't got to listen to me. 3 p.m., start looking out. 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., and aftermarket, well, not even aftermarket, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., start looking out for profit taking, because these people are going to get out of this some kind of way, because they know the news cycle next week will be negative, right? But that doesn't mean we can't get rich. That doesn't mean we can't create wealth. We can. We just got to understand how this whole thing works, right? The whole point here is to keep you on the bottom, keep them on the top. That's the whole point of this thing. Flip the script on them. Put your logical thinking cap on, flip the script on them, and get you some wealth. Hey, man, if you want up to 30 free stocks from Moo, get yourself down in that first description box, that first link in the description box, and click on the Moo link. If you open up your Moo account, they're going to give you up to 30 free stocks, publicly traded companies, guys. Don't miss this opportunity. Please don't. It's a short window here. I believe March 31st, the window closes. So we ain't got much time. You got 2 weeks to take advantage of these 30 free stocks, so the window is closed. Right? Publicly traded companies. Go get the wealth, guys. This is what I keep trying to tell y'all, guys. This is the wealth. This is how you start transferring wealth. So get down in the description box, click on that Moo link, open up that Moo account, go get the free stock, go get the free money. www.richardfain.net is my website address. I got 10 big boy blue chip digital products that'll change your financial life. Thousands of you guys have already made an investment in yourself and purchased the digital products. And what do? You download them and you put them in your virtual library on your phone or on your notebook or your laptop, your desktop, and you save them there. And so anytime you run into a jam, you can go back to those digital products, those ebooks, and get yourself out of that jam. I got credit repair. I got how to invest in real estate with little to no money down. Richard, I got a bad mindset with money and I want to change it to a millionaire mindset. I got an ebook for that that'll walk you through what you need to do. Richard, I'm having a hard time budgeting my money. I don't know how to set a budget up. I just need the help with that. I got an ebook, guys, on the website that will walk you through how to set up a budget and maintain it. See, this is what I'm saying, guys. You got to invest in yourself before anybody else go invest in you, man. If you won't invest in you, ain't nobody else going to invest in you. So check out the digital products. While you're in the website, consider joining the fastest growing financial community on Patreon. We're called the Wealth Builders. We got 1,900 wealth builders in our financial community. And if you go to our financial community right now on Patreon and in the community chat, you'll see the activity that's going on. It's lit, man. Why? We're there helping each other with tips, nuggets, best practices. Hey man, look at this stock. Look at this ETF. Here's what it's doing. That's where where one of my guys in the Wealth Builder said he made $6,500 in D-Wave computing. This was a guy that had never invested before. But he's a part of the Wealth Builders, and he's there every day getting him some education through the community chat, asking questions, doing his own research in his free time. And now guess what he's doing? Getting paid. Getting paid, building wealth. Just a regular guy, didn't know no knowledge about stocks or anything like that, but learned what he needed to learn and how to execute in the Wealth Builders. So for all y'all, what are you doing there? We ain't there to hold your hand. We're there to help those that ask for help. Hey man, I don't know nothing. I'm brand new. Where do I start? Boom. People there to help you to get you off to a good start. No guarantees. We're not experts, and we're not going to skip you down the yellow brick road and take you to see the Wizard of Oz. We don't do that. What we do is we teach you how to fish instead of give you a fish. So if you want to be a part of that, hit that join button. Hit that membership button in the website. It'll take you over to Patreon and come join the fastest growing financial community on Patreon. We'd love to have you. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing, share the video, smash the like button. Thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and we'll catch you on the next video. Peace.